Welcome, everybody, to Snagging Grass and Catching Bass. I'm your host, Brian Likes to Fish. And if you're looking at this thumbnail, you can see that we got finally Derwin Chang on tonight. Man, I've been wanting to get this guy on for a long time. It finally worked out. He's on. If you look in the background of this thumbnail, that's actually his garage. More baits than most tackle shops, it looks. We got a good one tonight. We're going to talk about the evolution of kayaks, Spotty Bowl, round 6, Mission Bay. Let's just say that for some of us, it's really good. Some of us, it was tough. So let's go ahead and get this show started.
This is Ricardo from the Current Jam, and you're watching Snagging Grass and Catching Bass. Stay tuned for this week's results. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, it is, Ricardo. It's going to be a good one. What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. Man, we got a lot of people already, 121 people in here. Everybody simultaneously hit the like button. I'd appreciate it. Let's give some shout outs. If you wanted a shout out, type something in chat. We usually type in the word snag. That means you like the show. I appreciate that. And get you a shout out here. TV Metal Art says snag. We'll have to catch the return. Have a great show. Thanks, Todd. See you on the next one. Got HD Baits in the house. Good to you all. Let's go. Yeah. What's up, David? Good luck. Yeah. Results coming in. We got Micah in here. He says snagged with a big 0. What? No. And Mission Bay? This is what I typed in there. I said, what? 0 Mission Bay? Find the grass and you'll find the bass. That's usually, he says, oh, late start, short bites. I need more Mission Bay time. Yeah, a lot of people skip on Mission Bay because when you go fun fishing, you're like, oh, I know I can get fish in San Diego Bay. Mission Bay sometimes it's rough. But when you get good at Mission Bay or figure out where they're at, I think the biggest bags and biggest fish are coming out of there this year. Dave Rage, what's up, Dave? I think Dave had a pretty good weekend. We're going to find out. What's going on, Dave? Cave Dog's in the house. What's up, Cal? Good to have you in here. Always glad to have Cal in here.
Hi, this is Cave Dog. If you're not watching Snagging Grass and Catching Bass, you are wrong.
That's right, Cal. Let's see who else we got in here. We got David. Oh, we already said David's in there. We got Packy. Aloha. What's up, dude? Aloha. Are you all the way in Hawaii watching this? We got the judge in here. Dave, don't you usually have to catch the what's up? Judge is in the house. LB Fishing's in the house. Says snagged. What's going on? We have a question here. It's all good, Judge. Okay, it's cocking back to the judge. We got La Raza Fishing in here. It's got to be good. Remember 100. Yeah, it's tough. Chris is in here. Snag. Thank you. Hookup Baits in the house. What's going on? Doug and I have traveling up to Moreno Bay. Oh, okay. So you're not in the shop tonight. Okay. Well, you're watching on the road. IB Surf Fishing. Ron's in the house. Mike Brown's in the house. What's going on, Mike? We got Anthony. What's going on, Anthony? Anthony having a great year also. We got the Jared in here. He says, what's up, guys? We got a lot of people here. I'm going through this fast. IB Fishing's in here. Judge is still in here. All right. What? Brian stood me up for our date. Sorry, Judge. I was fishing Spotty Bowl, I think, that day. Didn't get to go to the CCA Apps and Taps this year, but I hear it was pretty good. Let's go, Derwin. You got some fans in here, Derwin. All right, a couple more people. And then Ken the Fishing Fool. Let's go, Ken. Why did the fish blush, Ken? Because it saw the ocean's bottom. That's terrible. But let's go ahead and bring in this guy right here. That is Derwin. What's up, Derwin?
Hey.
You guys, if you've been around the fishing community for the past, I don't know, 10 years, you know this guy's face. He's been in all the tournaments I've pretty much participated in forever. Seen you on the water 100 times. Finally get to get you on my show. It's rough getting you. You're a popular guy. It's hard to get you on. You got a busy schedule like everybody. But I appreciate you coming on today, Derwin. Thank you.
Oh, yes. Yes, glad to be here.
Derwin, this is your 3rd year in Spotty Bowl, right?
Yes.
And you're fishing in the pro division. Did you start out in Weekend Warriors or did you just jump right into pro division?
I just jumped in the pro division. Yeah.
Pro division. How's your season been going?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Have you been sitting in a playoff position?
Yes, yes, and I hope to stay there.
I know the end of the year is always like if you're on the bubble, you're looking down because you go on and Judge puts on like the whole spreadsheet of like all your scores, and you go through the scenarios like, okay, if I get a 72, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get in, but if he gets a 78 and I get a 68, I'm out. So some of you guys that are like on the bubble are really kind of crunch the numbers to figure out what you've got to do, how much of a pre-fish you've got to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Derwin, why don't you give us a little quick background of your fishing, how you got started, and how you are where you're at today?
I lost you.
Oh no,
There
am I
you
here?
are. Yeah, there you go.
My question was, give us a little background of how your fishing began and where you're at today. Like, what got you into fishing? Because I know you're huge in the fishing community. So what got you into this?
Well, growing up, I grew up in Hawaii, on the Big Island, and we in a coffee land, and we pick coffee in the summer during the day, and on Saturday, Sunday we'd hang out at the beach and just fish every weekend. So then moving to San Diego, I used to do a lot of shore pounding with my boys, and then I saw somebody fishing off a kayak once, and I said, "Wow, that's pretty cool." And
Yeah.
started there.
Yeah, it seems like that's always everybody's stories. We always start out on the shore and we all start out throwing like a piece of squid on a Carolina rig or something like that. That's like the very first thing. Cause then you just chuck it, you sit in your chair and you wait for that thing to bend. And then, yeah, like you said, you start, oh, maybe there's some lures out there. Oh, maybe I can get on the water. Oh, what's that guy doing over by that dock? What's that? You know?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
now the generation though, when I started, YouTube wasn't like a thing. It was, just getting started. But now these younger guys can go on and you just type in anything, hunting in harbor, fishing docks, and you've got 50 videos or whatever of people doing it. So
Yes.
the learning curve for these guys,
Everyone's
these young
doing
guys
it.
out there, these guys are like guys like Cash. They're like right out of the bat, they're like super good anglers. And you're like, wow.
Yes.
The young generation's like times 10 on knowledge quick with all the content they can figure out quickly.
So yeah, so they surprise me. It's like these younger guys just like moving up and beating you. It's like wow, it's like
I
that.
know.
Huh?
The bait's pretty similar. It seems like I've been fishing similar kind of stuff, swim baits and whatever, bass, everything that's comes into the bass industry. But slow pitch jig kind of jumped in here, and hookup baits kind of jumped in here. Those kind of, at least for
Yes.
me, a lot of the vertical stuff jumped in my realm, and that's changed a lot. But cast and retrieve, I've been doing that forever. You name it,
Yes.
retrieve bait.
My arm hurts at the end of the day just from casting all day.
Are you an A-rig grower?
No, I am a crankbait fisherman.
Oh, yeah, that's
Mm.
tough on you too. That's
Oh,
elbow
yes.
work.
Elbow all day.
Yeah. I figure with me and the A rig, it's like you get like a lot of sore like this motion, but with the crankbait, I'm not a big crankbait guy, but when I do it, I can feel all that type of pressure going into your arm,
Yeah.
holding that pressure back. So yeah, I know what you mean. All right, we already got some comments in here. Hookup Bait says, "Yeah, Derwin usually watches the Hub Shop, watching Spotty Bowl." Yeah. What's going on at that Hub Shop when you guys are watching it? Are you guys all in that break room in the back? Are you making baits while where are you watching that? I'm just
there's
curious.
there's guys working, and we're just watching TV and eating dinner because dinner is provided by hookup baits. So awesome.
I want to bring the whole set down there and just do a live show from there once. I think that'd be funny. Like do the show not from my garage, but do it from down there. and while people are working too.
Yeah.
I want to see Chad Boston. Does Chad crack the whip on these guys? Like,
Oh no,
stop watching
no,
it go.
you know what? It looks like a fun place to work.
Oh yeah,
I mean, just surrounded by all these. It's like a candy shop.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is.
If you guys saw the thumbnail, we're gonna get right into the heart of this show. And by the way, if you guys have questions, just put them right into chat, please. And me and Derwin are both reading the chat. So if you have a question, type the word question. Oh, here we are, guys. Just got one, and we'll try to get to it. Question from the judge. Question for the people watching. Whenever Chad writes something I see in the chat that Brian shows on the screen, but doesn't see it in the chat, can you see it in the what? I don't know what that means. Do you understand that? Can you see it in the chat? I think so, Judge. Like when I click it and show it on the big screen, I don't think it disappears. Maybe it does. I'm not sure. I don't see it on your guys' end, so I'm not sure. So the show tonight, we are going to talk about, if you saw the thumbnail, Derwin's got a huge collection of fishing gear. And it's basically like a tackle shop in your garage. So look at that thumbnail. That's actually Derwin's garage. We're going to talk a little bit about that and how we select from a giant collection. We're going to talk about the evolution of kayaking, since Derwin's been here basically since, I guess, not the beginning, but for a long time you've been kayak fishing.
Yes.
And then we're going to move on to some side pots, results, and Spotty Bowl Biggins. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and put this on the stage right here. But this is some pictures that you sent me of your garage.
Yes.
That's Did you draw that yourself? Is that a piece of wood?
A plaque my boys made for me for Father's Day. Yeah.
Oh, right on. I guess when you have a garage like that, I'm going to go right from that to the picture of your garage here, guys. Guys, if you're watching on a big TV, you'll see. If you're watching on your phone, you may not see all the detail in this. But holy smokes, Derwin. Have you bought every spinnerbait ever made to man? That's all I see back there. That is nuts. I'm going to show you some, but before you answer that, I'm going to show you my spinnerbait collection, because I'm kind of the same way. I get like in a mood, like for spinnerbaits, like some seasons. I don't know why, that just comes around me. But see, I thought my spinnerbait collection was pretty big. I got the spinnerbait box here, I'm like, all right, I got some spinnerbaits. But then I saw your picture. I'm like, what? You win, dude. That's nuts. So how do you accumulate that many spinnerbaits? Were you just trial and error? Like,
a lot of it is stuff that worked for a while, and then it just stopped. The fish, because it's mostly spotties that bite spinnerbaits for me.
Yeah.
And like this year, they're not really biting the spinnerbaits for me. So, and they're like different colors for different times of years, because I fish it year round. And, so you want to throw all these different colors, and then you want the weird colors too, because sometimes they bite that crazy colors.
My problem is I have all these spinnerbaits, and then once they've sat on the shelf for a while, I feel like they've lost the rubber in the skirts, lost some of its stank. I don't know why. It doesn't feel as shiny and as good. So when I go to the store and I see a brand new blades, all blinged out, skirt looks awesome, new color, I'm like, I'm going to get that Demiki one right there. That thing looks killer. Oh, pitted. It's got pits in the blade. That's going to work killer. Willow and Colorado blade. And that's my problem. It's like I use them, and if I don't catch a fish, they go in the box, and then I'm like, okay, I'll try something else. And then I generally never go back to it. That's my problem.
That's why I leave them on display, so I can see the colors. And so what I do when I get a spinnerbait, I actually put a zip tie, the tiniest zip tie, around the rubber band. So
that's good.
Because so it'll break eventually, especially in my garage. Yeah. And so it keeps the skirt on, and the fish don't know any better. A little zip tie that's under the skirt. And that saves your spinnerbait, saves that thing from falling apart.
That's a great idea. Yeah, that's the first thing that goes, that little rubber band, and then all of a sudden your skirt's missing some. The next thing you know, you got like 3 hairs on there. You're like, what?
Garage full of these colors on the ground.
Let's look at some more pictures of details of this. So your rods and reel collection looks like you got a lot of spinning stuff. All that looks like bass rod stuff to me. So are you really a bay fisherman? I don't see a lot of offshore gear or anything like that. Are you bass and bay?
That's just my freshwater bay collection. I have another one for deep sea that's kind of in the middle of the garage, and it's above the kayaks.
Okay.
And then I have stuff that the heavier stuff that I go fishing, like the reefs outside the harbors and stuff. So
okay, well, this is a basic. You got a favorite reel and rod you like?
No, I have rods for certain, like San Diego Bay, I have a different set of rods. Mission Bay, I have a different set of rods. It's and freshwater, I have a different set of rods. So yeah,
same kind of. I have rods that I'll only use in fresh, because I'm like, I don't want to get besmirched. It's so smooth. I want to keep it in fresh water. I got it. It's a lot of my reels aren't saltwater rated, but I still use them in saltwater.
Yeah,
but,
wash them out good.
I have like special stuff that I just want to keep it freshwater only, to keep it that nice, newness of not hitting the salt quite yet. especially on some of my bait casters. So I kind of the same way. And you looks like you got your kayaks like hoisted up. I do the same thing in my garage. I got my kayak hoisted up to the ceiling, and same thing.
Yeah, you can see some of the other different rods, and yeah, I got the collection.
I'm so. How many trays do you have there, Derwin? I'm just
Oh,
like, what's in those blackened boxes with the yellow lids? Those
all
toasts?
freshwater. Those are
Oh
all
my
freshwater, Senkos and brush hogs and just crazy. Yeah, and they're all full.
Oh my gosh. It's like I don't know how to break this down. I don't know what to say. Like when you go, like, okay, you went to Mission Bay this weekend. Are you like me? I like sit in my garage and I think, okay, it's 68-degree water. I'm probably gonna be fishing this zone. I'm gonna go with 3/8 half ounce this, and I'm gonna go with that swim bait. And I sit in my garage. I'm gonna say a minimum of like an hour and a half preparing, tying leaders, just thinking about stuff, you know what I mean? Dropping baits, making sure my reels are working. So I don't want to get out. I like to get on the water and not have to tie any knots, nothing.
Yes.
I like to get on the water. I don't have to concentrate on any of that. I want to get to my spot, and I know everything's fresh, hooked up good, and it's going to work properly. I don't want to cast and the reel's grindy or the leader's frayed or something like that. So is that kind of, what's your process, the like setting up for your tournament day?
My process is just that, but I usually start on Wednesday and I kind of get a couple rods down and tie on the go-tos. Right. Thursday, tie on a couple more, because I take 8 rods when I fish, and they're all, and when you crankbait fish, you want to, you know, when I crankbait, I take different depths of crankbaits depending on where the tide's going to sit and where that weed line is and blah blah blah, and the colors, and on Friday I save 1 rod for the crazy lure, because sometimes
you're talking about like the Hail Mary lure.
Yes, the Hail Mary. And sometimes it works, because all you need is one big fish on that Hail Mary and you're good, you know.
You want to hear something funky that I was into, like thinking like 3 years ago was going to work, and it was my Hail Mary, and I brought it every time and it never worked. I was trying ice jigs. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that on the show, but like an ice jig that Kuma makes, it's made for dropping down, you know, like a hole in an icy lake, and you just kind of
Murray.
it kind of just swings like a pendulum. And I first saw that in a shop, and I saw something on YouTube about, like, man, that will catch spotties. You know, you just stick it down there and wave it. And that was like my Hail Mary bait. And I always thought, oh, if that works, it's something they've probably never seen. And I never caught one fish on it. But that was my Hail Mary bait for a long time.
Yeah.
And look, fishing's in the house.
A lot of those baits are stuff that don't work anymore, you know, so it's just on kind of like on my display, you know.
All right, we got a question coming in for you. Question. Do you know where everything is, or do you have to go through every box to find what you want?
I kind of leave the go-tos out, you know, but once in a while I'll dig deep when I want to find something. I kind of know where everything's at. It's labeled pretty good. And yeah, I have a whole collection of hookup baits too, because I see one in there. Somebody said, where's the hookup baits? I have a whole collection of hookup baits.
That's probably one of your go-tos. It's probably still in your Yak Attack box.
Yes.
We got a question from Ron. Wait, oh, that's not it. We're not worthy. We're not worthy. He says, seriously, when's the yard sale?
Yeah.
If you post that online, you're gonna have a line outside of your garage waiting for people to get some of that gear.
Yeah.
See, we got a couple more slides of this. So I'm impressed about this. So let's talk a little bit about this. This is like, looks like all your swim baits in there. See, like maybe it's like MC swim baits, stuff like that going on in here.
Yeah. And my buddy Danny Jones, who passed away, he used to pour baits for us, and he would pour whatever I wanted and whatever color I wanted, whatever shape I wanted. He would experiment with stuff. So I got a lot of swim baits. But back in the day, swim baits was the bite, was it, you know, before hookup baits, before, you know, umbrella rigs and really crankbaits was swim baits.
It was. I remember those days. And let's talk about, I'm gonna put us both a little bigger screen here so we can talk about that really quick, because I wanted to talk to you about this. When you have that much stuff, and I've got a lot of stuff, nothing like that, but I've got a lot of stuff. How do you decide, like, you've got all these swim baits, how do you decide, okay, I'm going to go in drawer 3, get this orange one? Like what goes into your process of you selecting a bait? for that fishing day? Or is it just, are you fishing by feel, mood?
By feel, what worked, because I pre-fish a lot. So I take multiple colors and then I kind of narrow it down to what color is working for that time for the tournament. So in tournament day, I don't have to take a whole bunch of just random colors.
Are you a wacky color guy? Which I say wacky colors like pink, bright orange, stuff that's not natural. Are you a natural color like shad and that kind of color? Are you more of a natural, or do you go to the wacky colors, or both?
It depends. If I'm going out for calicos, it's the wacky colors, the oranges, the browns, but if I'm going Mission Bay or for spotties, I like the natural colors, bait looking colors.
What? Yeah, match the hatch or whatever everybody says.
Yeah.
I got a little buffet right here of some of the baits I use, and I'm gonna say basically how I decide too. So sometimes my go-to bait is probably something similar to like this, which has like the flat tail. This is like the standard. I don't know when these came around. They've been out forever. Like the Kitex, I don't know if they are the original ones of it, but they've all got this flat tail now, which at a very slow speed, and spotties, we reel it in pretty slow. They give a lot of movement. But sometimes if the bite's finicky, I'll go with something that has a much thinner tail, like these Nature Series, a little bit thinner, a little less kick. And then if it's really slow, I'll go to something that has basically no tail, like the Fluke style. And also what makes me decide is what kind of jig head I'm going to put on. If I'm putting a cool bait, I usually look for a narrow body. Back in the day, though, I was the same as you. This is it. This is all I threw. MC. Not even that back in the day. I'm going to say 5 or 6 years ago. Like I would just go in and find MC swim baits that I like their color. And this was it, man. I had every MC swim bait color you can imagine, Derwin. I think I still have. Where the heck is my box at? I still have like a bunch of, I still do like their baits. I still throw them. And I used to carry on this. This is what I had on my boat, which was just a bunch of MC swim baits. And I would select my color and depending on what jig head I'd use and what size it was. But what's your selection for swim baits I'm talking about here? Do you prefer like the Kitech round tail, or do you like the more MC where it's the kind of shaped tail? I don't know how to describe it.
More of the MC. And then here's a couple baits where I still have his baits that he poured for me, and I use them sparingly. This is my go-to for
my
San Diego Bay.
Where the heck's my box at?
Green grunion, we call that. And then you got this one because it's got all these grooves on the bottom because
look at what I have.
What you got?
I think it's the exact bait that you just held up.
Yeah.
I think it's the same,
and those in different colors.
Yeah.
It
was a good color. That was my favorite was similar to that. But back in the day, I would buy these by the gross, like everyone. That's not it. It was a dark green like that on top with a little orange dot on the chin of it, like a bluegill kind of looking. I loved that color for years. Let's go back to some of these pictures again. I think everybody enjoys looking at your bait and tackle shop. More stuff, man. So you're buying line, it looks like, by the big spool, like the 1,000 yards. Is that what that is?
Yeah, and then when they start running out, I just go buy the smaller spool. I mean, it's cheaper in the long run, especially when you're spooling up, every few months.
You must fish a lot, Derwin, if you're going through one of those every few months.
Yes.
I love it. And it looks like you guys throw some hard baits too. I see a ton of crankbaits there, and it looks like some jerk baits, maybe a spook in there.
Yeah.
I see some.
There you go. That's the
jigs,
iron,
maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, do I see a croc in there? Is that a crocodile lure?
Yeah.
Yeah. The croc came through for me on the U.S. qualifying round. I got my Corvina on that.
Yeah, I got to fish the South Bay more. That's my weakness right there.
The South Bay is, especially on a kayak with all that wind going on. If you don't get your bite in the morning, man, it's a tough go down there. Down in South San Diego Bay.
Yes.
All right. I appreciate you showing us all your tackle. Anything else you'd like to say about your tackle shop before we move on to the talking about kayaks here?
So, it's my boys are already in line for when I hand them all down. So.
Oh yeah.
It won't be a garage sale, I don't think.
Here you go, guys. They're gonna be like, Dad really fished a lot.
It'll be on my headstone.
Somebody in the here said you got $1 million in that garage.
Yeah, that's what my wife says.
Yeah, we never track that, right? We just
Yes,
it just
we never
accumulates
track
over
it.
a lifetime. Yeah, we never track that. Derwin, you've been in the kayak community for a long time. Right here, is this at the Bart Hall show? Looks like to me.
Yes.
One of those fishing shows, Bart Hall show. I see a picture of you, but that's you behind that kayak, right?
I'm in the picture.
Yeah, that's you in the picture, and I see an article written up about it looks like your kayaking experience. So, give us a little background on how you got to your picture at a PCS show or a Bart Hall show. What are you friends with Ron at Fastlane, or how did it evolve into getting to there? And then we'll go back to where you started.
Okay, it all started. I've always wanted to be on Team Hobie, and Fastlane. I love Fastlane. So it was my birthday one year, and the 360 just came out, and I couldn't get a hold of one. But my wife snuck behind my back and called Ron, and so I went out to dinner with my daughter, and I came back, and Ron and Debbie had come over to the house, put my new boat in the garage and balloons and everything. So when I came home, the garage opened up, and I had a 360. And then they invited me to be a team member for the shop, and and then put me on the Hobie fishing team, and it's all downhill from there.
That's pretty cool. You got a nice wife to pull off a gift like that without even you knowing.
Without even me knowing, I had no idea. And the garage opens up, and I see all these fish balloons and this.
Oh my gosh! Was it tears of joy?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's just say I paid her back 1 million times after that.
That you need
stuff
to
around the house.
with a garage like that. You need to do a lot of favors. All right, you sent me some pictures of you fishing. Looks like I don't know if that's far past. How many years we talking back right here on this picture?
Oh yeah, because I had a mullet back then.
Let me guess. Mullet time would have been early 90s, right?
Yeah, and that's
Billy Ray Cyrus era.
Yes, and that is at the river over there, the lower river by Squaw Lake. Yeah.
Is that
Picacho? Actually, that's up by Picacho.
Yeah, that's Picacho Ferguson area, right?
Yeah,
Ferguson Lake, maybe.
Taylor Lake up there.
So
yeah,
I know those areas. Ferguson, Martinez, Picacho.
Yeah, and that was in a wilderness kayak, a 160, before I got into Hobies.
Why is it so long looking? Did they build it back? First of all, is that a pedal drive?
No, it's a paddle. And I think they just converted a touring kayak back in the day and put rod holders in it and called it a fishing kayak. And we just put fish finders on it. But I still have that boat. That's the one hanging in the garage because it glides so good.
It looks like it. It looks narrow, but it is that thing like 16 feet long?
Yeah, it's a 160. Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, okay. So you got. I didn't notice, but yeah, you do have a paddle in your hand right there. So that would be like, would you say that's your first kayak, or was that?
No, I actually started off with Cobra kayaks, and they were down there in Mission Bay.
Mm-hmm.
They had a shop right there in the water where OEX ended up, and I was a navigator, and I bought my first kayak back in '98, I think. And then when I bought it, the shop owner, I forget his name, Rick, I think it was. He says, "Hey, we're doing a tournament this weekend. You want to do it?" And it's like, sure. And that's tournament fishing started on my first kayak.
Your was it a Spotty tournament?
It was in Mission Bay, and you couldn't even go past Bahia. They kind of kept it in a little area, which was cool.
Tiny area.
Yeah, which was
Was
cool.
it obviously back then it wasn't picture and release, so was it weigh-in? I hear parts of like guests I've had on the past from Plastic Navy days where they would like have radios and they'd call a boat over and the guy would weigh it. Was it that style?
We called the weigh boat in, and we had all these bait tanks converted dog food
Yeah.
holders. You know, yeah. I mean, we got creative back then. But you got all this water and your spotties in there and your bass or your calicos all in this and hauling it around with you all day.
That's crazy. So you
Yeah.
catch a fish, get on your radio. It's a hey, I got one. He'd come over and weigh it, and then you would throw it back. And
Yeah,
at the end of the day, they'd add it all up.
add it all up.
Man,
Weight wise,
cell phones changed a lot, didn't they?
yeah, it's so much better now.
Well, the nice thing is we're like, it's some of the tournaments I still enter. I haven't entered another tournament besides Spotty Bowl this year, but I used to enter were weigh-ins, and I always was so sketchy when I caught fish like early in the morning, especially like spotties are pretty good. They're hardy, but if you catch like a
sand bass
calico or something like that,
they were belly up sometimes. I mean, they'd be still alive, but they have to swim away. That's the thing,
yeah. But I still felt like I don't know. I'm not against that, but I love the length pitcher and release because it's just like
you can let them go
in and out and gone.
Yeah, you can let them go right where you caught them, and they'll be hopefully back at that same spot.
Look at this picture. What year is that? So that you got the OEX.
OEX, yeah. I was on Team OEX back then, and that's the San Diego River. Yeah.
I've been wanting to get down there. I've already found a spot like this. You guys know the San Diego River's like in Lakeside area. If you're familiar with like the Santee Drive-In, it's kind of over in those
right
areas.
Back there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was before the homeless took over.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that it's a little sketchy. So if you go down there. Yeah. But I found a spot like by this athletic field where some people are launching. It's got like a sandy beach, and I've been wanting to get in there because I saw a few videos of people fishing in there. I know there might be some big ones in there, but what kayak are you fishing there? And
that's I think that's a Malibu. It's just a small kayak. I think it's only a 10-footer, and it would track it. So if you paddle left, it would go left. If you paddle right, it would go right. It would go back and forth. But it was good because it was easy to haul around.
That's right. When you go to San Diego River, you don't just park.
Yeah, you don't want to take the big. Yeah, you don't need all that stuff when you go San Diego River because you're probably only in 6 feet of water.
There's some bigger spots down there, Derwin. I was looking on Google Maps. I'm like, man, that's a pretty big spot. I don't know anything about that river because I haven't fished there, but interesting to me. Here's you out, probably outside of Mission Bay or something, huh?
Yeah, Oceanside. Yeah, fishing the ARs out there. Just love those spots out there.
It looks like you've got to a pedal drive kayak at this point, right?
Yes, yeah. Evolved to the Hobies, yeah.
So I hate to say it, but I'm pretty new to kayak fishing. I bought my first kayak maybe 5 years ago. So I've been fishing from a boat or rental boats or half-day boats. That's kind of where I started. But I like talking to you because were you there when the pedal drive came out? And what was that like?
All of a sudden, when we used to do tournaments in the Plastic Navy, everybody was pedals. And then a couple of guys would show up with these pedals, and we would hate them. It's like, you're riding bicycles, you just hate the new stuff, And then you just see how fast it would go. And, it's like, all right, I got to make a transition. And about kayak fishing, it's about if you want to be, good and stay good, you got to kind of evolve with what's working out there. And, we saw the Hobies just, especially on these shotgun starts, it's go, you got to get to the spots, and these Hobies would just take off. So,
I like it. Not that I've experienced with a paddle, but I did do a lot of canoeing in my youth, but I like it that your hands are free. Basically you set your water, you're pedaling, and you can be like, doing whatever, submitting your pictures or, drinking or whatever. Frees up a lot of motion in your to do stuff while you're getting from A to B. And of course, like you mentioned, the speed. So I would kayak industry now too, to me, is in San Diego is going to be more popular than ever. Cause if you look at our local lakes, I mean, I feel so bad for everybody that has invested in these $80,000 bass rigs to fish tournaments or fish our local lakes. And now they're like down to like, if you live in San Diego, you're like down to like one lake, San Vicente. Like they're just, but if you're a kayak fisherman and we don't want to see our water levels low, you're like, okay, it's kayaks only. Guess what? I got a kayak. And I saw a video that Chad posted online of one of these kayak tournaments, I think on El Cap. And there was a lot of people at that tournament. So I think the kayak industry is like, all right, at least in San Diego, they're like, okay, people are going to be buying motors, going to be buying pile drives, going to be buying all this stuff. So horrible for the bass guys that with the tournament boats, but pretty nice for the kayak guys, at least right now.
At least right now, until the water levels come up, and it will, I think.
Yeah. Okay, so is this your current rig right here now on the right-hand side?
Yes, and that is my older boat. Because every year I trade up, and either I trade up because I have the Outback in the garage, and I just trade up when Ron says, "Hey, bring one of your kayaks." Yeah, yeah.
So the pedal drive was the first one to come out, and if I've heard right, you had to take that out, turn it around to go in reverse, right?
Yes. Oh, yes.
And then the 180 drive came out, where now most of you guys have it, where you just pulled the two little levers and got forward and reverse. And I'm assuming when that came out, that was like, oh my gosh, this is incredible. I don't have to take my drive out anymore. And now the 360 drive, what's your experience with the 360 drive, and how's that work for you?
The 360 drive is awesome for dock fishing. I mean, it's just game changing. You can get up there, you can turn, even if the wind's blowing and you're still so maneuverable,
If nobody's ever heard of a 360 drive, can you give us the basic explanation of what it does?
It lets you go, if you want to go lateral sideways to the dock, it'll let you do that. And, it's the strangest. It's, when I first saw it, it was like, well, I want one of those. And now when you sit in it, and especially if sometimes you pitch and you get stuck, before I just would break it off because there's no way I'm going to get to it. Now I can go all the way in and back out the same way I went in, or turn sideways or turn right around. The engineering is just crazy.
I also have that the PA 360, and but it is, guys, on your hand you have a knob that turns 360 degrees, and that pedal just will rotate all the way around as many times as you want. It's on like a little gear. So when you're, like you said, when you're in the docks and you want to go sideways, you just turn that little knob sideways, you pump in, and that kayak goes directly sideways. It's really weird. And I don't know. I love my 360 drive. I know I've heard some people may have had a little bit of problems with that, but I have never had a problem with my 360 drive. I think anything that has that many moving parts, you're bound to probably have a few more problems than like a 180 drive, have as many parts. But man, the benefits are so nice of that thing, when you weigh the benefits versus maybe the wear and tear. So I don't know. I love my 360 drive. Yes. And then there's this little guy. Is that a Lynx?
Yes, it's the Lynx. And I like that too, because it's so light and so easy to, especially if I just want to, like Murray, that's Murray, just, you don't have to haul the big kayak down there,
A lot of people have gone to, if you can get a secondary kayak, usually you have your tournament kayak, which is like your 360. But if you, like you said, I have one of these on order, and just the idea of just putting that thing in there and being able to like grab it with one hand, like a suitcase, and walk down there and put the drive in there and maybe a yak attack box and go out is just so appealing to me.
It's basically a paddleboard.
The PA is like
with pedals.
Loading that in my truck. I think personally, loading my PA and getting it in the water and getting everything is harder than actually doing my boat. My boat, I just back in, I'm in and out. But the PA, man, it's you gotta have some muscle to pull that thing up some of those docks, especially at the end of the day. I know at the end of the pickle run, a few guys are like, "Oh my gosh, I got the heaviest Titanic kayak in the world," and we're like, when you've been pedaling all day long, man, to get that PA out of the water, you're like, oh, here we go.
Yes, PAs.
You gotta get your legs in, leg work in. I have seen Chad take that thing. He did that with a pickle run all the way from Mission Bay to San Diego Bay. So I can vouch that thing is worthy. It seems pretty stable because it looks like to me like a paddle board with pedals on it, when you see it. But everybody I've talked to about it seems to really like that thing.
Yeah. Even in the chop down south in the South Bay, they were using it, and it was like, here I am in this 360 thinking, oh man, and the waves are coming over my kayak.
Oh yeah.
I was like, what are these guys
doing? That was a brutal day.
And these guys come in like, oh, nothing, it was like,
wow. Okay, so this is your current rig right here, and I got a picture of. So have you not gone to a motor yet? Because I would say that's probably the biggest evolution I've seen in this year's Spotty Bowl, is that a lot of people have gone to spot lock or front motor, rear motor, whatever type of motor you got. A lot of people, or some of the kayaks don't even have pedals anymore; they're motor only.
Yeah, On this one, you can see the Garmin on the back.
Oh, you got the Garmin back there. I guess.
Yes.
Yeah. Now
So
I see it.
I actually started with the Bixby a few years back when they first came out. And then I said, I need something faster because doing freshwater tournaments, it's shotgun and everybody wants to get to the spot. So I got a Newport.
Uh-huh.
But,
That's like the biggest plunge you
that
can make,
thing,
right?
that thing is so fast. But, and I use my 360 pedals to steer. But then you still wouldn't have spotlight. And you're fishing like El Cap and the wind picks up and you're just like pedaling all day, just trying to stay on your spot. And
Let's
then when
talk about
Garmin
that a
came
little
out,
bit.
Yeah.
It's called the Garmin Newport, right?
Garmin, what's it called? No, Newport is Newport. It's
No,
that.
what's the name of the guy? Well, it's the Garmin trolling motor. I've seen it down at Fast.
Yeah,
I have it on
I
display.
forget what they call that thing.
How does spot lock work on that if it's in the rear of the kayak? Does that work out pretty good for you?
It works out okay. You just gotta adjust, because you're basically fishing forward now. I mean, your spot lock's not in the front, it's in the back. So
right,
the wind's gonna turn you. I found myself to adjust pretty quick. You just gotta set up on your spot ahead. When you figure out how that thing's gonna set, you just figure out, you set up your spot lock away, basic upwind. Because the wind will turn you, yeah.
So you're still facing like you're looking upstream, and you just have to face your position correctly so that you're still casting upstream. We got a question here. I just saw a question come through. It's from JoJo. She says, "What an amazing photo! Do you have a photographer follow you around to take these photos?" Yeah. How are you getting all these photos?
I love photography, and I sometimes when I'm fishing, I just see something, and it's like, wow, I gotta take a picture of that. Send it to my daughter and my wife and all my friends. And it's like, I think that's part of, it's not only the fishing experience, just being out there and that's why I launch in the morning. There's no boats, you just got to deal with the rollers. We all do.
I hear that from the nighttime. Are you a morning guy or are you a night guy when you're picking your time? Morning. Yeah, I'm a morning too. Yeah. I can't do the night, but the nighttime guys describe it to me. And I fished a few rounds at night of it being just like glassy, calm. Like I think Eric told me, he's like, dude, that is my happy place. When you're at Mission Bay at night and the lights are shining on the water and it's like glass and there's nobody out there. It sounds incredible to me, but I have to see where I'm casting. That's my problem. I have to see what I'm casting at. It's so visual.
I have a problem with that too, especially now that I wear glasses. Like, where's my line at?
I notice now this time of the year too, like when our 6 a.m. start time, the suns are like wintertime. We start out, the sun doesn't come up till 6:45 or something. But now like 5:30, it's coming up. 5:45, it's bright out, and so by the time we cast, we've already got the sun light up. Yeah. Fishing with Jake's in here. What's up, Jake? He says, question: when I use a crank on my kayak, it moves me so much to where I do not know how fast or slow the reel. Any suggestions? I think that's like when the tide is pulling you and you're like kind of confused. If you're any suggestions on the crankbait?
When I know, because I always look before tournaments. I always look. It's going to be a big tide movement, and then I know I have to slow down my retreat because the tide's pretty much going to be pulling you, and it's a feel. I guess more times you practice crankbait fishing, the more good you'll get at it, because it's really hard to, whether you're throwing upstream or with the tide or against the tide, it all differs.
Do you ever like there's a fish in the structure right here? Are you paddling to try to hold water and reeling at the same time to try to just get it all to work correctly, or are you just cast and drifting and pulling at the same time? Do you ever try to hold waters? I guess what I'm saying.
No, I usually stop, and because I kind of have my spots, and I stop and try to get settled in before I cast, and it depends. If the tide's really moving, I don't want to be, throwing with it.
Yeah,
because I won't feel the bait.
I try to avoid the current. Let's take Mission Bay for example. I won't, if the current's ripping, don't even go by the bridges. It's just too much. There may be a fish down there, but by the time you get your kayak to one end and your bait hits the bottom, it's like pedaling up and back and forth every time to get a drop. So I'll just if it's ripping, I just go to the big water. You can go to where the water's big and there might be some docks on the outside of it or rocks, and just find big water where you can get out of that ripping current. It's just so hard to fish. And San Diego Bay, if you're going to the outside of the bay, like let's say on the west side of Shelter Island, if that tide is ripping in that main channel right there, it's like a river. And it's hard to fish that. I mean, if you can fish the drift good, if you're just dropping on going up and finding a structure and you're using like, let's say a 60 gram or a 3/4 ounce or something heavy where you can get it down to the bottom, you can work that drift, position yourself where you're working that drift a lot. But it's hard to catch tournament fish when the tide's ripping. Avoid it. Go to big areas, go to the outsides of those big areas, go to the docks, just to avoid the huge amounts of current is what I do. I think Jake fishes there up north, so you'd be fishing like Newport. Newport's not so bad though. It's got the whole thing is big. It doesn't like narrow out that much except over in the jetty. But certain bays like Mission Bay and San Diego Bay, it can get ripping.
Yeah.
Let's see if we got any more pictures here. Oh, yeah, we got some big catches here to show off. So, yeah, is that your PB halibut right there?
Yeah, that was San Diego Bay back in the day. Yeah.
Well, let me see if I can figure out where you're at. Let me look at this picture here. That is a while ago because I see like houses.
Yeah,
is that near Liberty Station, kind of the military area?
No, I think that's more over there by it's Coronado Island in the background there.
Oh, gotcha, man.
I think by the hotel. Yeah.
Dang it! I'm usually pretty good about finding those, but yeah, that's a little old school pick right there.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And dude, I saw this picture where you sent it. I'm like, holy mackerel! How is that tug on a kayak? I'm assuming you're like out in front of La Jolla or in Point Loma or something like that. That's a white sea bass.
Dana Point, 65 pounds.
Wow! All right, let's talk a little bit about that catch. So, what'd you get it on?
Yeah, that was crazy. That was we were sand bass fishing, so that was a bycatch. Anything, using a shad. And the thing about the white sea bass, it'll run a couple times and then it kind of just rolls over. So it wasn't, it was still a fight, but if that was a yellowtail that size, I'd be
still out there.
Yeah, still out there.
You'd be 2 miles out to sea because it'd just be dragging you.
and the thing, in that Hobie, I think that was my Revolution. You can stay right on top of him. You just paddle and just stay on top. So he's not going to spool you, so, just follow him. And I had to bring it up to see what it was. I was thinking, it's a shark or something,
Yeah.
But yeah,
dude, that's an amazing catch.
Yeah.
I personally have never seen one that big. I've seen the small ones, but I've like never even been on a boat or around somebody that caught one of those. We used to talk to a guy named Chris Blevins. I don't know. I haven't seen his YouTube channel for a while, but he was like really good at catching those, and he would tell me stories about those things. And
yeah, there's some big ones if you can find them, and so we took it all the way into Dana Point and had it officially weighed out there at the fuel dock because it was like, I guess I got the line class record. 14
oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice job, dude. Looks like fishing on like a let me see here. I'm trying to guess that reel. What's that reel you're fishing on there right there? And it looks like you're fishing. Were you fishing Berkeley big game back then?
Yeah, it was just the oddest things fishing with, just it was a learning curve, that I still have those reels. It's just hard to part with them, just trophies now in the garage. But
all right, we got another question right here from Davey Brown. What's up from Akuma? He says, how many guys in the chat were fishing back in the Plastic Navy days? Were you back in the Plastic Navy days? How many guys?
Yes, Plastic Navy. Yeah,
I've heard stories, and actually I had a guest on that held the Spotted Bay, still holds the Spotted Bay Bass World Record. Paul, can't remember his last name. Paul was on my old show a while ago, and he was part of the Plastic Navy, and he told some stories about that. But that was, would you consider that like the Spotty Bowl of the 90s, I guess?
Yeah, we had tournaments where there would be 300 anglers all along Shelter Island, and just
holy smokes,
yeah, just crazy. And you would see all kinds of kayaks. Guys, they had. This is back in the day when you had to keep it alive. Guys were bringing coolers on their kayaks to fish alive. Because it was fun. It was, and the camaraderie, just the, the banter and the talking and,
Oh my
It was
gosh.
great.
What was it? Was it shotgun start?
Shotgun start. Yeah.
300 paddle, not pedal,
Yes.
right? 300 paddle. Was there some super stud out there? She's like, all right, here we go. I've been training for this. And like,
Oh yeah, there was
let's
there
go.
was always the guys out there, like Forrest was one of them, he knows who he is. He was one of the guys you were aiming to beat. So
What
it's
what was a big spotty back then? Like it always seems like okay, they were bigger back then. I don't think I remember catching big ones, but back then I didn't measure them, so I don't know.
yeah,
I think
it's
they're about
hard.
the same, but do you think that the spotted bay bass has changed, I guess, since they went from 12 to 14 inch as far
I
as
think
if you
I
keep?
I think it's harder to catch the 14s. Before, I mean, when it was 12, it was hard to catch 12s. I would say too. It was hard to get legals back then. But now, like, it's easy to catch the 14, the 12s and the 13s. It's hard to catch the 14s and the 17s, the 18s. It's impossible. But they're out there.
Well, you can't say that the fishing has grown so much and it's like they're like overfished or anything like that. Because if you had 300 people in spotty tournaments or bay bass tournaments back then it was just as big then as it is now, if not
Yeah,
bigger, it
yeah,
sounds like.
yeah.
So
It
this
there's
has been
there's
going
still,
on for a long time.
yeah, they're still biting. They're still healthy. And the fish we
Yeah.
catch, the spotties, they're healthy.
I love that fish because it's so hardy. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like when you release a spotty, it's angry and it swims. When you catch
Yeah.
like a corvina or something like that, you're like just trying to like, okay, I got to be careful and hoping it swims away nicely. But man, I'm so happy that the spotties are so like, I don't know, want to call them durable, I guess.
Yes,
Durable
they
fish.
are. They are.
Here we go. Here's a largemouth. Let me guess the lake here. Is that? Barrett?
Nope.
No, it is.
It's Hodges when it had water.
Oh, Hodges, back when the dam was full and you could go all the way
Yes.
to the Highway 15
Yeah.
back under the bridge.
Yeah,
That's what I'm looking
that
at
was
here.
a one and done fish too. I mean, we fished all day, and that was the only fish I caught.
Let's look at is this the same fish right here?
I think so. Yeah.
Is that 27 inches?
Yeah, 26 and a half.
How did you get a weight?
Story behind that. Make sure when you buy a scale, you put batteries in it.
Oh no, that had to be a 10-pounder, right? Because
we guess, but my buddy says, well, it's about 2 pounds unless you weigh it. So
oh my gosh. So my 11-pounder I caught last year was almost 25. And that fish looks a lot bigger fat wise too. I'm gonna guess that's probably like a 13 pounder.
Yeah, I wish I had a
Man,
scale.
no scale. Dang. Did you catch a 10 since then?
What's that?
Have you caught a big one like that since then?
No, that's PB right there. I've come close up Clear Lake. There's some big, but not that big.
That is a crazy bass right there. Congratulations. That's like once in a lifetime right there. I can't believe you got out of Hodges too. Wow.
Hodges, yeah, probably still in there too.
And we were fishing a bass bowl there this year. And Hodges still the bite is pretty. I don't know if you watch Chris the Beef Shaman, but he's always over there catching fish, so the bite can be there. But I don't ever remember me getting anything like over like 3 or 4 pounds there. Not all the times I fished. I've never seen like I don't know if that's a 10 or a 12 or whatever, like giant fish like that. But
yeah,
there they go. They exist.
They exist.
The Chang gang were the guys to beat. Did you have a gang back in the day?
No, yeah, it was my boys. My boys, Kyle Chang, Cameron Chang. So they coined us that name. The competition. It's the Chang gang. You gotta watch out for them. But yeah, it was.
You're getting mad props in chat, Derwin. And I guess that is it for kayak evolution. Let's just, I guess, let's talk about a few other things with electronics on kayaks. How's your electronics? Do you have a forward-facing sonar yet, or are you just down scanning like me? You have forward-facing?
I have forward-facing, but I only use it for freshwater. Like I change it out for saltwater. I just want to know what the bottom is and if there's weeds or not.
Well, Chad said the same thing when he came on. He uses it to find suspended fish, usually, I guess, and largemouth, and you can watch them do stuff. I don't have forward-facing sonar yet. I'm always intrigued. I'm thinking about getting it just as a learning tool. That's what I want it for. I just want to see what they're doing when my bait hits the bottom. maybe if I do this, if I
Yeah,
bounce
yeah.
it this way or don't bounce it or crank it right before it hits the bottom, or I want to just use it as like a learning tool.
Yeah,
But
and you see them, their reaction to it. It's like bizarre.
So me too. I'm a downscan guy. I just cruise around, look at my downscan, look at the
Yeah.
structure, and I have the Lowrance, so it has fish reveal. So if I see a rock, usually you can see if there's fish sitting on that thing. So same here. So the evolution. One more thing about that. So when the graphs first started going on the kayaks, and I'm assuming back in the Plastic Navy days, did they have them on there? Did anybody have a graph? I guess back when they had paddle kayaks.
Yeah, it was a black and white. It was a Garmin, and I mean, I still remember looking at my graph. I was like, "Is that little trees?" Because it was so off. But it was more of a depth finder. It's like, how deep am I? It wasn't. You didn't see any structure or nothing. So
I had that graph, and it was like a calculator screen. And all it did is tell temperature and depth. And
Temperature
then it had like a fish reveal. It looked like if you were like a Super Mario fish. It wasn't like an arc like we have now. It was like literally like a fish.
Boy. We've come so far.
All right, let's go ahead and get on to this. Well, I'm going to change this real quick. And guys, if you haven't hit the like button, I appreciate it. Make sure you hit the like button.
Hey, what's up? I'm Mark. When I'm not messing around with my kayak, building it, on Wednesday nights, I'm watching Snagging Grass and Catching Bass. Check them out, 7 p.m.
Man, Derwin, time flies. I gotta get moving here. We're already over 50, almost at an hour. You fishermen get rambling. We start rambling.
I know, right? I know.
All right, weekly news. If you got any weekly news, send it in to me. Tournaments, whatever coming up. I know one I didn't get in here because I don't have a flyer yet is the blue collar tournament that started. Give it a shout out next week. I'll give you the info. It's already started, but you can sign up at any time. I'll let you know about that. Spotty Bowl. We just fished Mission Bay. Next round is on June. Let me take this chat off here so I can read this. Is on June 12th and 14th. Choose your bay angler selection. Do you already know what you're going to fish? San Diego or Mission?
Oh, Mission.
Mission.
Yeah.
Last year I fished Mission for my selection. Mainly too because I think so many people are intimidated by Mission. They're like, I'm gonna go San Diego Bay. That's where I'm comfortable. So I'm leaning 80% to go into Mission myself too. Newport. I'm not sorry. LA, June 5th. That's this weekend, guys. Don't forget to declare your day. Of course, you know that by now. And it's angler's choice, guys. In LA, if you're watching, you get to choose. They got 4 bays to choose from up there, which is nice. So choose your bay and declare what day you're fishing. Star tournaments kicked off, or I'm sure you're in this, right?
No, Frank.
What?
I select my tournaments, and I'm just so busy on the weekends. And between fishing, I got a to-do list that's a mile long at the house.
This one I like though, because I can fish my Spotty Bowl and I can fish this simultaneously. So
Hey everybody, Davey Brown here from Okuma. When I'm not out on the water at a trade show, I'm watching Snagging Grass and Catching Bass with Brian. And I'm also getting you guys all ready for that Star Tournament. It kicked off a couple of weeks ago. And if you haven't gotten your measuring device, this year we've got 15-inch spotted bay bass. You've all asked for it. Make sure you sign up. Judging by all these biggins that keep coming in, you're going to get a bunch of chances to win. See you out on the water.
Let's go. Dave from Akuma helping out with the Star Tournament right now. Sign up. You can register online. Possibility of winning this boat for $32,000 value. Let's go. And just to give you guys another heads up, I know this didn't show up on last week's show, but there's a right way and a wrong way. I did the wrong way. That's me on the right photo there, and that fish did not count. You have to have it on the measuring device. So it has to be on top of that measuring device. So make sure when you submit it, it's on their measuring device, not your bump board, or it's not going to count. So I think in the previous show, I may have no picture. Did I do this again? Is it not? Do I not have weekly news up again? Hold on a second here. I choked last week too, Derwin.
I'm new at this.
Yeah, I know. Me too. Okay. Are we good, guys? Let me know. I'm going to go back.
Okay.
Star Tournament. You guys saw Davey Brown. Okay. Are we to this picture? This is the exact same thing. I got to figure out why I'm messing this up. Is it back? I'm going to wait and chat to see. These guys let me know if I've got it right this time. Good to go. Thanks, Dave. So on the left, the one that says right, that one is the correct way to photograph a picture for the star tournament. The one on the right, where it's not on the measuring device, is the wrong way. Make sure that you have your fish when you're submitting on their measuring device, or it will not count. So I think I said in a couple shows ago that you just have it in the picture. That's not true. So I don't want to screw anybody's pictures up. Submit your picks. Here we go. Here's some current leaders right here. Anthony, what is going on? Let's go. 9 fish already. I see some Spotty Bowler names in there. Chet, Brian, Vinny, Oliver, Brett, Chad's in there. So, and on the left, you got the Calico Sand Bass Division. Ron Lee's up there up top too. Frank's in there. So keep submitting. Every time you get a fish, it counts as 1 point towards, I guess, a raffle ticket to win one of these major prizes. The youth division, you guys have already started too. Let's go, Jake. I know you're in there. Jake's already got 3 fish on the board. Liam's in there. So my juniors too. Let's keep going. I want to see one of you guys win one of these major prizes. And they also have a short division. Ron, Lee, dude, 50 shorts already, Derwin. What are we, like 2 weeks in?
Dang.
Frank's got 45. So a short is anything under 18 inches. So any sand bass under 18 inches, you go to the short division. They also have a Mylar balloon division. And if you guys have any questions about the star tournament, make sure you refer to the CCA or Davey Brown. Or if you have a simple question, you can message me and I can try to answer it also. But it's in full swing. I'm wanting one of my spotty bowlers to win that boat. So let's do it, guys. Let's let the spotty anglers win it. The spotty guys are submitting a lot of fish.
Getting it done.
Okay, we got some news here. Some weekly news here. Chula Vista Ferry makes its maiden voyage. So I saw this thing actually cruising around. But basically, they've got a new transportation option launched this Monday, and it starts at Chula Vista Marina, which is have you been down there where they built that brand new hotel, the Gaylord Hotel?
No, I haven't seen it. I saw it from distance, but not actually.
I think I have a picture of it. It's this guy right here. It's insane. You go down there and you're like, what the heck? I haven't stayed at this hotel, but I rode my bike over there and walked through the lobby and checked out. Wow. It's an insanely nice hotel down there, guys. And it's got like all these paths now down there and a children's park, and it's got like a lazy river. I honestly cannot believe they built that thing down there, but it's right next to the Chula Vista Marina. So now what they've done is they've got a ferry that goes from the Chula Vista Marina all the way over to the convention center where Joe's Crab Shack is and drops you off there. It's $15, 45-minute ride to go from the Gaylord to the convention center. Just started this week. So if you want to go, I mean, $15 for a 45-minute boat ride, even if you're like in town and you just want to go see the bay, that seems like a pretty good deal. You know, a lot of people don't, that are from out of town never get on the bay. So I think that's a pretty good deal. $15 each way. So I guess $30 round trip, but that'd be an hour and a half boat ride. So seems like pretty good. It's open from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. So if you see that thing cruising around, here is some great news. And why does this affect fishing? Paid parking at Balboa Park will end completely no later than January 1st. And I go to Balboa Park all the time. I run down there. I ride my bike down there. It's like, I like to hang out over there. It's nice. It's the jewel of San Diego. And when they put this parking on there, $16 for the day, I think the attendance to that park nosedived. And how does this affect fishing? Because I think when I first mentioned this, they were mentioning about doing this not only at Balboa Park, but also at Mission Bay, Shelter Island. They were going to, if this was a success, I think we would no longer be able to fish our bays for free. It would have been $16 for all day. But thank goodness it was a failure and they are removing it. And to me, that means let's go. That's probably not going to happen anywhere else. We already have to pay it like the Midway Museum area. That's been there forever. And some of those heavy tourist areas, but they haven't hit like the Dana Landing launch ramps yet, or the South Shore launch ramps, or the Shelter Islands. And I think if that would have been a success, we would have seen that everywhere. So let's go. It's gone. Get it out of here. We don't want to pay for that. So January 1st, it'll be gone. Leaders reached a legal settlement to scrap the unpopular parking fees dispute. It had to get tied in with some kind of trash collection. I don't know all the details on it, but it's phasing out. So let's go, man. It's gone. I make sure I don't have any questions in here. Yes. Seal Tour collides with a vessel in San Diego Bay. We all know that boat, right?
Oh yes.
That is this guy right here. If you've ever been down to Shelter Island, you see these things launching constantly. So tourists come in and they want to see Derwin's favorite animal, which is a sea lion.
Sea lion.
So I guess if you're from Oklahoma and you're like, oh, I can get out there and see one of these crazy sea lions, but they have an entire tour dedicated to basically going over the bait barge and checking out these sea lions. But there was a collision. What? Let's read about this. The San Diego Harbor Police responded to reports of a collision involving the San Diego Sea Tour and a commercial vessel to Shelter Island. Huh. Wonder what that was. Like that boat's going like 2 miles an hour. It's like that scene in Austin Powers where he's going and the guy's not moving. It's like my guess is it must have been like a sailboat. I don't know. They showed a picture of it. Because those sailboaters, man, if they're he doesn't have sail up, but if they're sailing, they're not moving that rudder 1 millimeter. You are moving. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah.
Darren, but like,
Oh yeah. When
if you're down in Sail Bay, Mission Bay, you got to keep your head on a swivel because especially if you're spot locked or like stuck on a spot, those sailboat, man, they don't care. They'll come within inches of your boat. If you have a line out, whatever. Like the sailboat guys, they aren't budging.
I think they use it as a tacking maneuver, you know?
Maybe. I don't know. I've lost plenty of my lines on a sailboat that has that thing that goes underneath the water and snags it. And then you're like, oh no. And there goes everything. But there was a collision down there. Nobody hurt. No, nothing reported as far as injuries. And everybody seems to be okay. And that is it for weekly news. I was going to say a lot more about this, but Mandalorian, 3 out of 5 spotties. Have you seen it yet? Are you a Star Wars fan, Derwin?
No. I mean, yeah. The old Star Wars stuff, you know? Yeah.
I used to do a show where I did movie reviews, and I was going to review this, but I'm going to say Mandalorian, if you're a Star Wars fan, go out and see it. It was good. 3 out of 5 spotties. But what I'm excited about, Derwin, is this weekend, He-Man's coming out, Masters of the Universe. I'm sure you're going to get your He-Man shirt on and line up to go see that one, right?
Oh, yes, for sure.
I can't wait. I'm going to go to the theater and see that and get my He-Man outfit on and check that out. Are you ready for some side pots? Let's get this going here.
Yes.
Dang, you're right, Dave. Dave says that's our jungle. Dave from Akuma used to be a jungle boat Disneyland skipper. And me and him have been looking to start up a tour where me and him tell jokes around Newport Bay and people could pay to get on. That sound like a good idea to you?
Yeah, I mean, Newport's got a lot of scenery.
There you go. But if I win the Starboat, we're going to turn it into a jungle cruise tour. I'm sure it'll be successful. Thank you, Spotty Bowl team, Sammy, Todd, Corey, Angela, Zach, Judge. Thank you for putting the Spotty Bowl together and putting all the hard work in. Let me tell you, Derwin, nobody makes any money. This is all volunteer. Wow. All this money goes right back into Spotty Bowl. A lot of the time, like Judge loses lots of money because he's paying for a lot of the side pots. So this is volunteers, and these guys are doing this just so me, you, and all these people out here can have a fun day on the water spotty tournament fishing. So thank you, everybody. Side pots. If you don't know how to submit a side pot by now, or like the final round, you've choked. Just be ashamed of yourself. Todd, thank you. I know you're not in here right now, but we do appreciate all these belts. I don't know how many hours go into those belts, but I had to guess like 40 hours into each one if I had to guess, maybe more. Who knows? Judge, Ramona Automotive, all the cash side pots are donated by the Judge. Is the Judge doing a good idea? If he is, hit the like button and everybody say thank you, Judge. Because guys like Derwin submit like, I don't know, 20 pictures every round, and Judge has got to go through them and
I try not to
figure it out and figure out all this stuff. And it's a process, man. The Judge told me he worked from noon on Sunday because I'm on the Judge. I'm like, dude, I need everything by Monday because it takes me 2 nights to build this show. So and he's like, Sunday he worked from noon till 8 p.m. guys, 8 hours judging. So Judge, let's go, Judge. Longest from shore. That's gonna be a tough one to beat. How's your shore game? You said you started out there. You ever fish shore anymore?
I might next year, but no, just
Ooh, yeah, let's go. Derwin, jump in shore division. I love shore division.
yeah.
If you got the time, the cool
Yeah,
thing about that is you can fish whatever day of the week you want.
Yeah, I like that idea.
But you learn quite a bit from shore. You learn it's not easy to catch 5 spotties. It's harder than you think. The whole goal for me is just to catch 5. And that's sometimes takes the full, you got to have a lot of patience because it can take the full 7 hours to get 5.
Wow.
And a lot of time you're not getting 5. So it takes a little bit of patience sometimes of the year. Longest from vessel. Gosh, Frank, what the heck? Did Frank give you inside information on this?
Wow.
I was right next to him when he caught it, so I know exactly where he got it. But that thing's a beast. And every time I fish now, I'm like, all right, I'm going to go over that Frank spot. It's just still there. Nobody's caught it yet. Nobody's caught it this year. So that thing was caught one time.
Nice fish.
So super nice fish. Brian Rosen, 3.5. That's a tiny spotty, shortest spotty, $100 fish. Alex Norton, Opli, $100 fish also. Good job on that, Alex. Longest other was finally Danny Martinez. And got the leader. Finally took that over. It was 24 since the beginning. Now 27 inches. Longest halibut, Jim, 29.5. Remember, if you guys are going to beat that, you'd probably have a 30-inch bump board or a measuring tape, something. So if you're going for that, got one more round to try to beat that. Nice job, Jim. Longest sheephead, Ron Lee stole this from Dale, the famous steel 23.5. Ron, that's $100 if that holds out. Best promo video, you guys are submitting them. If you want to check out some of them, they are in the Discord. You can watch some of them. But best promo video, $200 put up by the judge.
Wow.
I know. Motivates you to make a promotional video.
No kidding, huh?
Baits reel. Somebody was 1 week late. That's fine. But all the baits reels have been handed out. Mike Brown won the last one with an 18-inch of Newport. But there's other ways you can win one. You get the longest bag during the playoffs. So Derwin, have a huge playoff bag. Get like a 79 or something like that. Chad bag. And you can win yourself one of those or a cash bag or Brett bag, I guess. Angler of the year with the biggest sum. So if you have the angler of the year with the biggest sum, that person's also going to get one. Star Tournament is sponsoring Spotty Bowl, and we're giving out 2 Blackstone grills. If you enter the Star Tournament and Spotty Bowl, you'll automatically get a raffle ticket to win one of these, one for San Diego, one for LA. Sorry, I'm talking so fast, guys. I'm trying to get the results here. I know you guys want to get it going. Cool baits, underspin, my number 1 bait. This hat is just infused to my head. Like, I've been wearing this hat for so long. It's just nobody recognized me. If I walked around without this hat on, I'd be like a ghost. I got this ice pack around my neck. And take this thing off. I was wearing it. It's super hot in here. It's infused to my head. You got 24 hours a day to fish this. Longest bass, any of the 3 on a cool baits. You can fish anywhere you want. If you go down to Mexico, any of these 3 on a cool bait will win you $100 worth of product. The leader, let's go one. The 18-inch sand bass. Dude, to me, that's the exact same lure he used last year to win this thing. Like that squid. My guess is he's probably over at like the bait barge or something like that. Because I know there's like some big ones over there. Heaviest spotty. We got a new leader. Finally, somebody broke the 3-pound barrier. Dominic with a 3 pounds even 17-inch spotty. My 17 I caught was a 289, but it didn't have the girth of that thing. Look how fat that thing is.
Wow.
I know. Do you carry a scale around with you now?
Yes. I better check the batteries, come to think of it.
I was just checking with Brett, who sent me a picture of some amazingly giant fish, and I'm like, it was like a 1775, but it was fat like that. And I'm like, please tell me you got to wait. I'm always excited when somebody breaks 3 pounds, and he did not have a scale. Come on, Brett. Get with the game here, man. What if you catch your 4-pounder? I've only ever heard of 1 4-pounder ever caught like on a scale, but I want to know if I ever get that. Fish Labs, what's up, Dave? In the chat right now. We got a leader, Stephen Gage with a 14.75. Looks like he got it on the Flutter Nymph. Daniel was on the show a while back. Fish RX, check out his baits. Matthew Smith is a winner. Let's go, Matthew, 14.75. He got it on, looks like on the Dragon back. By the way, this is my box of baits that I've used this year for Spotty Bowl. Like when I get home, I put them in there. That's like a shoebox full. And I think, where the heck is it? I thought I saw it in there. Maybe not. I thought my dragon back, I used it, is in there. Nice job. Gamagatsu. Have you won this yet?
Oh no, I got to do side pots next year. I don't. I'm
Yeah,
lucky.
you
I
catch big
just
fish.
admit it.
Catch the big fish, you just must forget.
No, I just yeah.
Cash Bretch has won about 20 of these. I don't know what he's doing with all this, but he's got his garage looks like yours, but it's all Gamagatsu.
All Gamagatsu.
And your winner, let's go. Brian likes the fish. Finally took out Cash. Let's go. Finally got me a 16-incher, which I was shocked that nobody else submitted in there, but I was like, oh, 15.5. I think I can beat that. I put my 16 in there, so I just happened to remember. Not like a huge fish, but a nice one.
Yes.
HD Baits, what's up, David? Thanks for being in the chat every week. Appreciate you. Longest Spotty, $50 goes to Drew. Let's go, Drew. 14.75. You win yourself some HD Baits. Gotta do a change here. There we go. Shortest Spotty on HBA. Eric, let's go. 11.25. Got an 8. What is he fishing there? A-rig, chartreuse head. I don't know if you can see that because your screen's small, but is that a Ned rig head on an A-rig? Judge, you fishing the Ned rigs on A-rig. What's going on here? Longest halibut, no submittal for that. Longest other, Nathan. Let's go, Nathan. 16.75. White sea bass, Mission Bay. That's pretty.
Wow, that's rarity.
Yeah, it must have been out on the. I don't know. That could have been anywhere actually. I think I've caught like those in Sail Bay too. I think they can be anywhere. Those little juvenile ones, but 16.75. Let's go. That's good fish for Mission Bay. A rare Pokemon. Hookup baits. If you're down at the hookup baits factory, you're obviously friends with all of them. So any advice on what hookup bait selection? What size are you going for? What color are you fishing lately?
I throw all the colors, and they all work. But I only use them at the docks because if I throw them in the weeds, I just bring up weeds, so I don't have that feel for it. But dock fishing all the way.
Definitely. No entries on 5-fish bag. So no entries on that. I know you guys get it. You guys just didn't submit it. And longest for the season, Ricardo's held this for a long time. 16.75. Gonna get himself a $100 gift card. Let's go, Ricardo. JK Baits. Sounds like you got your crankbait game pretty strong, eh?
Yes, I have some of his baits. I use some of his baits.
Cool. And the winner, longest on a crankbait, Steve. Let's go, Steve. 15-incher. I can see the crankbait in the picture. I can't tell. I'm not good at guessing crankbaits, but nice job, Steve. You won yourself a custom painted bait and longest for the entire year, 15.75. Come on, Derwin, you can beat that.
Yeah, I gotta do side pots more.
You just gotta remember. You
gotta remember.
If you catch one on a crankbait, take a picture of it with it in the picture, and then you got 4 hours, I think, after once you get home to put it in there. Kayak Fishing Supply, let's go. Sponsor this year, giving away a $100 gift card to the longest trifecta every round. And the winner, Juan Delgado, let's go. 37.25. Trifecta's not as easy as you think in Mission Bay. You gotta get lucky on either the sand bass or calicos. I think I got one sand bass, but I got no calicos.
Really? I was catching calicos, not sand bass.
You were getting calicos?
Yeah, there's this one spot. I caught 5 of them on this one corner, and I was like, if I can just get a sand bass.
Yeah. And not only catch it, picture and submit it.
Yeah, picture and submit. Yeah.
Nice job on Lateral Vision. Man, they're giving away a ton of shirts, guys. So get your free one, but don't forget to also check out their webpage and maybe order a shirt too. If you catch a 71-inch bag, you automatically get one of these, I guess, limited edition Spotty Bowl ones. So 71-inch bag, automatic entry. So Corey sends you over a link. Click on that link and select which one you want. 16-inch. Let's go. Rudy, Dominic, Alex, Eric, and Brian, you all caught a 16-inch fish, so you're going to get a free hat or a free shirt and 30% off for the entire year. Fast 14, Rudy, Juan, and Andrew. Let's go. Also won a shirt and a hat. That's a hard one to remember because if you catch in legals like first thing, you're like so excited, like, oh, I gotta go.
Yes.
They're down there. I gotta go. I can't, that's a hard one to remember. You have to submit that one in your first 30 minutes. Mic Drop Comedy down there. Where is it? In Claremont. 4 VIP tickets, $25 gift card to a night of comedy. Thanks, Mic Drop, for sponsoring us. I think 3rd year in a row. And your leader for longest Barracuda bag. Why didn't you submit this, Danny Martinez? You would have been the leader in this. Anybody that can beat 24.75, try to do it next week. Especially if you're fishing San Diego Bay or Mission Bay, you never know. You'll win a 4-pack of tickets to Mic Drop Comedy. If you catch 2 Barracuda, you're probably guaranteed to beat that. One Cool Tuna's in the chat. What's up? I saw One Cool Tuna jig hanging in your garage, right?
Yes.
They are nice. If you've ever fished one of these, they're like machined and perfect. And it's almost like scary to fish it. I'm like, all right, please no wind knot. Here we go.
I know, right? Trophies.
Trophies is right. One Cool Tuna, go to their webpage and you can get line labels, and you can also get some Spotty Bowl stickers. And the winner, Frank Santiago, let's go. Longest halibut, 24.5. Get yourself a $25 gift card. Let's go. Chad says, I caught 3 Barracudas on my round. Why didn't you submit them, dude? You could have been a Mic Drop Comedy. What's going on here? We got a question from Jake. How can I change my profile for the next episode? I want to change. You have to do that in on YouTube options. That's your YouTube profile picture, Jake. Longest halibut for the season, Ricardo 25. Let's go, Ricardo 25.5. $50 for the One Cool Tuna product. David Brown, thanks guys for sponsoring this year with Akuma. All the champions that get a belt will also get handed one of these reels, Rockaway reels, spinning reels. You never have enough spinning reels. Reaper slow pitch jig. Thanks for sponsoring too. Slow pitch jigs are taking off. You want a really good slow pitch jig, check out Reaper. And let's see if anybody beat Jared in the winner. Well, let's go. All right, Juan. All right. The Brecht family's finally going down. We're finally catching up to them. There you go. You've won yourself $25 with the slow pitch jigs. Nice job. Juan's doing good on the side pots. 19-inch spotty. What's your PB length spotty that you've measured?
17 and a half.
17 and a half. All right. We'll have to get to that maybe a little later. But yeah, 17 and a half, that's a good one. But 17 and a half is rare. 18-inch is like ultra rare. And 19 in my world is like non-existent. If you think of all the fish caught in Spotty Bowl over the last 6 years and we haven't seen one yet, man, they're super rare. And we haven't seen one in San Diego or LA. That just tells you, how rare a 19-inch fish is. People claim it, but we haven't seen it. Submission Fish Co. Jigs, what's up, Muto? Muto is this close to having his first baby boy. He's got a daughter, but a baby boy on the way. Let's go, Muto. Have Muto on the show here one of these days again. Submission Fishing Co. Jigs, longest spotty on a Submission Fishing Co. is, let's go, Juan. What, man? Reaper and Submission? Jeez, man. It's out there cleaning house. 15.25. Got some big fish. Yak Attack, new sponsor, longest fish with a Yak Attack product in there. Everybody's got Yak Attack gear. If you want it, go down the Fast Lane or the Kayak Fishing Supply, and you will, or even on the Yak Attack webpage, they have all these killer accessories and everything you get there. Everything I've got Yak Attack seems to last. Good quality. It just works. My Yak Attack box, I have all the way back to like the old school smooth one, with like the elastic lid and all that.
Wow.
And now I've upgraded to this one, but that old one's still hanging in there.
Yeah.
In the winter, this guy right here, let's go. Brian likes to fish with that 16-incher. And you can see my Yak Attack. That Yak Attack is actually my flag in the flag case, which I just got from Fastlane. So that flag is awesome.
Yes.
Fastlane kayak winner, man. So biggest fish of the entire tournament is automatically entered this. You don't need to enter this. And your Fastlane prize package for this week is a Yak Attack leaderboard, which is their measuring device, leaderboard identification holder, which is the thing that holds the little card, phone harness, which that thing's killer, Hobie sunglasses, Fastlane shirt, fast lane flag, key float, and your winner of the fast lane with the biggest fish. Come on, bro. Let's go. Derwin Chang, my guest. Yeah. 17.5. Nice fish, dude.
Yeah.
That thing is a beast. Tell me about this catch.
Hookup baits. I should have done a side pod. I mean, one of the side pods. Hookup
Could have done
baits.
about 5 side pods.
I know. I pitched down there, and when I hooked her, I've hooked that fish before, and every time I go back, I throw on the same spot. And this time I brought her up.
Nice. Okay. So you got on hookup baits, 1/4 ounce, 3/8. What size?
1/4 ounce. 1/4 ounce. Get the heavier.
1/4 ounce. What line are you fishing? I got to know all the stats on this.
I think I was 10-pound.
Okay. So
10
not
pound
too
mono.
heavy.
Yeah.
Not like Cash and his dad out there with 25-pound. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And, just a brown clam color bait, and it seemed to be that what they were biting on the docks that day in that area. But
did he try? Anytime you hook in a big one, guys, I've said it on the show many times that it's not just hooking them, but landing them, because usually those things are around some kind of structure and they don't come out very far. So it's like that first second is so critical. Like you get its head turned and get it to pull it out of wherever it's at. So it hit. You knew it was a big one. You're hoping it's not a halibut. And then how was the fight? Were you able to like get him around? Did you pedal backwards? Give me the.
Yeah, I 360'd it. I just moved sideways away from the dock and pulled him with me. I got him from underneath, and then it was just up and down, and then net. So it was, and the whole time I don't think I took a breath the whole time.
I wish when somebody catches, because that's your PB you said, right? I wish they had like an onboard camera like watching this whole thing.
I know.
Because when you look down and you see the size of that fish, you're like, oh my gosh, please let me.
So many things go through your head.
Not screw this up and lose this thing, because I've lost them many times, even after you see them, and you're like, and you get that net, and it's just like, okay, let me not black out here. This is amazing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I know. And then the next step is trying to get a good picture. That's always difficult too.
Make sure everything's good.
Well, congratulations on your PB during a tournament and getting yourself the fast lane. So head down there, talk to your buddy Ron, and collect all your prizes. All right.
Nice.
All right. You ready to get on to the main event?
Main event.
How's it going, Spotty Bowlers? We're out here at Lake Barrett. Thanks for watching Snagging Grass and Catching Bass. I'm Bob Brewer. Stay tuned for this upcoming Wednesday night show, 7 p.m.
Let's go, Bob. Been a while since I've seen you. All right, here we go. Mission Bay. Oh, yeah, Derwin. We like Mission Bay, right?
Yes.
A lot of people don't. I love Mission Bay. I love that it's 5 miles an hour. It's a nice day on the water. You know what I mean? Like Mission Bays. I fish all these bays, north and here, and Mission Bay, because it's like surrounded by parks, and people are barbecuing, people are out having weddings, all this cool stuff is going on. Versus like I go to Alamitos and it's all just these rich people's houses with their rich boats, like the whole thing. It's it's nice, but man, Mission Bay is something special, guys. We're so lucky. That's all I gotta say. Like I said, if you have any questions, go ahead and type them in there. Looks like everybody's congratulating you, Derwin, on the massive catch. How do you make the playoffs? So I'm going to explain this because we're right here. This is the last round. Basically, we take your entire season, all 7 rounds. We take your lowest round and we throw it out. You get a mulligan, we call it. So at the end of this show, Judge will put this sheet on there where you can see everybody's scores, and their mulligan is removed. And if you look to the right, there's a total score, and that's all your rounds combined. And then next to that is your score with your lowest removed. The top 7 people will move on to a playoff round. Have you made it to the playoffs yet?
I think my first year I did, but I was eliminated first round. So
first round. That's how it is, guys. It's 1 versus 1, and this is last year's like Masters. So the number 1 seed the prize for getting number 1 seed is you get a bye. You don't have to fish the first round. That's your prize for getting Angler of the Year and number 1 seed. And then 2 versus 7, 3 versus 6, 4 versus 5, and you can see it, you're eliminated, and it goes down to the final 2 people, and the winner of that will be Spotty Bowl champion. Will get one of these belts back here. So that's how you make the playoffs. A lot of people are asking. And then where do I get all this stuff? I've been fishing all year. Where do I get my plaques? Where do I get my belts? August 1st, Fastlane Kayak Center. We're shoring that up. That's where we've had it the past 2 years in a row. Hopefully we'll have it there again. Corey's working on getting that down there. I'm pretty sure I talked to Ron. I'm pretty sure we're solid on that. August 1st, put that on your calendar, guys. That's when we're going to hand out all these belts. The new champions, all the side pot winners are going to be handed their side pots. And also, we'll have food. We'll have fun. It's a fun day over there. Sometimes we get that Hobie Fiesta out, and we have a Spotty Bowl race. Have you participated in that or seen that yet?
Yes, that big inflatable they have there. Or is it even inflatable? I don't think it's inflatable. Yeah.
It is inflatable. It's like this 4-seater inflatable kayak, and we get teams of 4 and we race around Dana Landing on that thing. And
so much fun.
Yeah, fascinating. Hopefully they'll let us borrow that again this year. All right, here we go. Shore division, round 6. Derwin Chang is guaranteed. He is entering shore division next year, right?
Yes, I am.
Oh, that'd be awesome. We need people. You guys can fish both. You can enter multiple divisions. So shore division, we're always looking to build that. Here we go. 11th place. Vito, Angela, Zachary, Alexander. Man, what happened? Shore division can be tough. Chuck, 24 inches, 7th place. Let's go, Chuck. Lee Gill, that's a low bag for Lee Gill. 6th place, 60 inches. That's actually 5 fish, though. That's hard to do. Coming in 5th place in the shore division, Alex Norton. Let's go, Alex. 62.75. For the champ, that's a low bag, but trust me, if you can get a 60-inch bag from shore, that's usually top 5. So you're just shooting for those 5 fish. Nice job, Alex. Shore division this week was tough. Let me tell you. I know because I fished it. It's tough. It's tough to scrap 5 fish together. Fernando with 64.75. Let's go. I'm going to take this chat off so we can see this here. Let's go, Fernando. 4th place. And coming in 3rd place, Trevor with 66.5. Let's go, Trevor. Me and Trevor always fish the kind of the same areas. We've seen you out there. Didn't see you this weekend, Trevor, but nice bag, 66.5. Coming in 2nd place, shore division. Let's go, Ricky. Nice job, dude. 66.75.
Wow, for sure.
Ricky's having a good year. And your 1st place, shore division, round 6. Let's go. Brian likes to fish, 68.75. I didn't, of course. I thought it seems like you always have to get over 70 inches, but heck yeah, I'll take it. Second first place in shore division this year. So 68.75. It was a lot. I think I walked and rode my bike about 6 miles. I got to look at my steps on that, but dang, it was hard to scrape up. I think I got 7 fish though. And somehow I actually got 2 legal fish and then a bunch of smalls. So I was able to scrap together a 68.75. I'll take it.
Take it.
And here is the standings. I've been wrong all year. I've been saying it's top 4 in shore division. Judge corrected me last night. He's like, why are you saying top 4? It's top 6. So you guys in shore division that I've been saying top 4, I was wrong. It's top 6 for sure. So Fernando, Ricky, Lee, me, Trevor, Alex, looking pretty good. Chuck, you got a little work to do. You're 8 inches back. The playoffs are looking pretty good. Now it looks like there's Alex has got a pretty comfortable lead. He's about 7 inches above Trevor, 8 inches above me. So Alex, you're sitting pretty comfortable. Get that first round by Alex and Angler of the Year. So that is our positions for shore. Weekend Warrior. This division's huge. I think there's 45 people in this division this year. I know it's a big division, and the Weekend Warriors are solid this year. Some of those guys are definitely gonna have to move up to pro. 44 people fished. We got Brett, William, John, Robert, Tony, Taylor, Michael, Leo, Mark, Anthony, Javier, Steven, Caleb, Anthony. I can barely read these names. They're so small in this one. Man, we got a lot of people that either didn't fish or had a really rough time in Mission Bay. Matthew, Micah, Tim, all got the goose egg. Man, have you goose egged the Spotty Bowl yet, Derwin?
No, not yet. But
I didn't mean to put that in the universe.
Every time I go out, I'm going like, this better not be the one.
Oh my gosh. For me, the going up north, because it was like San Diego, I'm pretty confident. But man, when I went to LA, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be embarrassing. And I got around with one fish I caught in the first 15 minutes, and then 6 hours, 45 minutes, nothing. And then a 3-hour drive home. So that was, I've been there, guys. It's terrible, but you know what? We all have those days. Jason Russ, 12.5. Summer, let's go. Summer entering Spotty Bowl, 33.75. I saw you out there, Summer, on Sunday. I yelled, I said, it's Summer. And she's like, who's that creep? Entering Spotty Bowl, Patrick, 34.75. Nathan, 52.75. Chad, 22nd place, 55.25. Penfilio, 21 place, 56.25. 20th, Sam with 57. You want to give a shot at some names? Can you read it?
I gotta let it come up on my screen first. Yeah, might be a delay.
I'll read this one. You read the bigger ones. All right, 19th place, Todd, 59 inches even. Man, he's got some pretty big numbers here. Douglas with a 62. Corey King, 62.75. That's a small bag for Corey. He's been on a fire this year, so that's probably going to be his mulligan. Santiago with a 63. 16th place, Raphael, 15th place, 63.25. Jojo, let's go, Jojo. Entered Spotty Bowl this year, 64.25. I think she's in chat right there. Just congratulating Ricky and Fernando. Manny with a 6. Manny, that's a low bag for him. I think he got first last week with the 65. I thought a low bag. 65, that's where you should actually be in Weekend Warriors. In Weekend Warriors, if you're throwing like a 75 or a 72, you should probably be in Pro or Masters. 12th place, we got Ricky with 65.25. Shane, 11th, 66 even. Well, tied for 10th. I'm sorry, Shane. You're tied with Ricardo at 66. TB Metal Art, 66.5. Let's go, Todd. Kenneth with a 66.5. Trenton with a 67.25. And Mario, 6th place. That close, Mario, to top 5 with the 67.5. All right, here we go. Top 5.
Okay.
Top 5. I'll let you read the first net print of top 5. And coming in 5th place.
Looks like David with 68.5.
Let's go, David. I think that's I'm happy because we got some new names to the top 5. And David, congratulations. 5th place, dude. That is a crazy bag. 68.5. Nice job. Coming in 4th place. I think you got 4th place last season or last session too. Matthew Smith. Let's go, Matthew. 68.75. Nice job, dude. Are you still fishing from the pond prowler?
Wow.
I'm always I bet you those are selling like hotcakes down here now too, because you can load that in the back of the truck and get out on those lakes with that thing too. Those guys that refuse to go kayak and want a boat, that'd be an alternative you could take out on like El Cap or something.
Yeah, because you can get them in the water.
Yeah. As long as you can carry it down there. I think you can't have a trailer. You can just
you can drag it.
If you've seen videos of El Capitan lately, that launch ramp is like way
so sad.
So sad. Way out of the water. Nice job, Matthew. Coming in 3rd place. Let's go, Steve. 71.5. Wow. Breaking the Spotty barrier. Steve, I think that might be your first time in the Spotty Bowl breaking a Spotty barrier. So congratulations. Nice job, dude. 71. That's a legal bag. Coming in 2nd place, Cody Mead. Of course, Cody. Cody's always throwing big bags. 71.75. I feel like if you figured out Mission Bay, you can get a pretty good bag there. You just got to figure it out, man.
Figure it out.
If you haven't figured out Mission Bay, it takes a little bit of time. Mm-hmm. Coming in 1st place, Weekend Warrior, round 6. Here we go. 1st place. If you're sitting at home and you haven't heard your name, you're probably sitting at home pretty excited right now. And that is, oh my gosh, Dominic, let's go. 77.25.
77.
What? His very first place. That means he gets the music. Let's go, Dominic.
Wow.
Nice job, dude. And you also, let's kill that. That's my first place music. Dominic, congratulations. Judge told me Dominic has never broke 70 inches, and he just go ahead and he said, let's just crush this, and it went straight to 77.25. Wow. That's Masters bag right there. That is a Masters winning bag right there.
That is a Masters bag right there.
And the best thing about this picture is I think that's his son. He's got a Savannah banana hat on. And that I think is coming, not to promote it, but I think that's coming this weekend. You heard about that?
Yeah, I love watching them. Yeah,
me too.
Awesome.
Congratulations, Dominic. That is awesome, incredible. You'll be getting a first place plaque down and move him into Masters, they're saying.
Nice.
He's only broke 70 once, so this is a great accomplishment, man, and congratulations, dude. That's killer. All right. Weekend Warriors, here we go. Here's the standing. So Dominic up at 353. Manny right on your tail. Nathan, Corey, 4th place. Nice job, Corey. Cody Mead, 5th. Matthew Smith, 6th. And Tim Vu, 7th. But it is a tight race from 7th down. So everybody fish hard and still make a spot. Top 7 right there. And like I know it's hard to read this on your screen because it's tiny unless you're watching on TV, but Judge will post all this so you guys can see where you stand. I only went down to the 24th place, but looks like there's a potential of this getting shuffled around some. So
yeah,
go for it, guys. All right, here we go. Pro division. This is Derwin's division. The pro division's big too. And I'm glad we have enough anglers so we can have 3 divisions. Because the very first year, Spotty Bowl, we threw everybody into one big thing. And we quickly found out about midway through Spotty Bowl when half the anglers are like leaving because there was guys like Chad and guys that, or no, Chad wasn't in first year. Guys like Adobo that were like out there, big sticks that were winning every round because we're all in the same batch. And I don't know if it was me and the judge and Roman, but we all figured out maybe we better put some divisions together and put people in proper divisions. That way everybody's got a chance to get first and become a champion in their division. So that's one cool thing I like about Spotty Bowl. If you're new, it's a good place to start out. All right, here we go. Pro division. We got 24 anglers: Caden, Logan, Michael, Avier, Andy, David Dalton. He must be on vacation or something. Ricardo.
Yeah, he's on vacation.
He's on vacation. I figured. Yeah, he's usually always getting 5 fish. Hopefully that's your mulligan. Get out of the way. Joe Ferguson, 7th place with 46.75. Eric Klein. Ooh, Eric. Not too terrible, but Eric's been doing really well lately. He's 53 inches. I'm sure he's not happy with that one.
Yeah.
Garrett, 62.75. Oliver, 14th place with 64. Drew, 64, 13th place. Chuck with 12th place, 67.5. Jim Russo, 11th place, 67.5. Christopher Allison. What's up, Christopher? 67.75. Lee Gill. Let's go, Lee. Fish and Shore and Pro Division, 67.75. Let's go, Lee. And look who's in there. Roy. Let's go, Roy. Top 10 here. 68.25. Nice job, Roy. Hold on a second here. Where are you at, Roy? No, I got a video of you somewhere. Here we go.
This is Down at SC Roy, and if you want one of these belts, you got to watch Snagging Grass and Catching Bass Wednesdays on YouTube.
Let's go, Roy. Okay, 7th place. We got Juan Delgado, 69.25, and 6th place. Ooh, that's slipping down there a little bit. Andrew with a 69.75. That is a good bag, though.
That is a good bag.
All right, here we go. Top 5 pro division. What? Let's go. Dave Rage breaking the Spotty barrier. 70.5. Dave, is that your first time breaking the Spotty barrier? Congratulations, dude. Dave Rage, long-time Spotty Bowl OG, all the way from back the original days. Dave, is that your PB bag? I think it might be. So congratulations, Dave. Coming in 4th place. Nicholas, let's go, man. Got some new names in here. 72 inches. Let's go, Nicholas. 72 inch bag. What's that?
I've seen him out there.
Yeah, I bet we all see him out there. Nice job, dude. Second time, Dave says, breaking the Spotty barrier. Nice job. Congratulations, Nicholas. I think that might be his PB bag also. I'm so stoked to see all these new names in here for the top 5. Congratulations, Nicholas. Next, 3rd place. Forrest. Let's go, Forrest. Forrest always in the top 5, 72.25. You fish with Forrest, right?
Yeah. And, he's from old school, just good to see him out again.
That's right, man. Out here slaying it. Pro Division 72.25. Nice job. And coming in 2nd place, Rudy Ramirez. Let's go, Rudy. 75.5. Wow. Nice job, Rudy. 75.5. Man, that is a big bag. And I think this, if I'm not right, Rudy, I think this is your first time in the top 5 too. So we got a lot of first timers in here. Congratulations. Okay, deep breath. Coming in first place. Super stoked to announce this. First place, Pro Division. With the 76.5, Derwin Chang. Let's go, Derwin. Let's go, man. Nice. Oh my gosh.
Yes,
What a night. And I didn't plan this. Derwin knew he was going to come on the show a while ago. So
I know, right?
Coincidence.
Timing's everything.
Oh man. Is this your first place?
Yes.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, Derwin. You get the music first place. Yeah, you did it, man.
Yeah. Good times.
You name that movie, by the way.
That's oh gosh. Me and my daughter used to
one of
watch
the best
that all the
comedies
time.
of all time.
I know, right? He's the wrestler.
Yeah, Nacho Libre.
Yeah, Nacho Libre. Yeah, it was on the last week.
Congratulations, dude. You've obviously put time on the water, and you deserve that. It's so hard
Yes.
to get a bag like that. Tell me about your day. How'd you do this?
My first spot was nothing. My first set of docks. My go-to was nothing. I kind of panicked. It's like, okay, but
gone. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but there's this one dock. There's this one piling. I'm gonna try that piling, and then first fish was at 17.5.
Oh, really? First fish, man.
Yeah.
Did you stop smiling all day?
No, I was more panicked. It's like I got to catch other legal fish, because I don't want to just get one, that, and the rest all 13s or something. So it was a back and forth day, though. I had to really hit all my go-to spots and made the bag work.
I'm so stoked for you. Congratulations, dude. 76.5.
Yeah.
That's a PB bag, I'm sure. So
Yes,
nice job, dude. And to get it in Mission Bay, that's even better.
Yeah.
Here we go. Look at who moved to the #1 position with that bag. Derwin, congratulations. You're up on the very top of the list right there. Let's hold that.
Gosh, it's pressure now. No.
You hold that. You're at 31, and Andrew is right behind you.
Andrew's right there.
He's an inch and a quarter below you. Ooh, you guys got to fight for that spot. And then you got about a 6-inch lead on third. So it's going to be a fight for that. You want the angle of the year so you can get that first round bye. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You get a pre-fish day, you get a relaxer day, and you get angle of the year plaque. Oh, yeah. Well, let's go between you and Andrew. That's going to be fun to see how that turns out. And Andrew, Juan, Lee, Drew, Jim, Oliver. Let's go, Oliver. 7th place, and it is tight below that, all within a few inches, all the way down to 12th. So
Forrest, all right, look at that 9th. You can make it.
You can do it. Forrest is only 8 inches, maybe. You never know.
Yeah.
Throw out your big bag. I can't wait to give the results next week. Then we'll have the playoff positioning too. So that's gonna be fun. Masters division. This is a tough division. These guys always are like
these guys just amazing.
It's crazy. So here we go. 18th place, Steven, Vince, Derek. Get that goose egg out of the way. I think a few of those guys weren't able to fish. Bruce Lopez, that's definitely. Why am I pushing that button? That's definitely his mulligan. Bruce is throwing a 70 every round. Peter Sandoval, 64. Eric the Judge, 64. That's a low for him too. He's been having a good cash, 66. And Frank Santiago, 67. Man, there's big names that had a rough day out there. Sometimes a lot of it is in the day selection too. Sometimes there's just days where that water's clear and there's a cold front or something, or the tide's cruddy. So you just never know. Luke, 67 inches. Chuck, all right. Good to see you back on the water, Chuck, 68.5. Dale Shaw, let's go, Dale, 69.25. And here we go. Charlie, 7th place with 70 inches even. And Jared with 71. So close, Jared. Jared, you finally beat your son. Wow, that's a first. Congratulations, Jared, 6th place. All right, top 5. Here we go. Kevin, of course, Kevin. Let's go, Kevin, 72.5. Kevin's always slaying out there. See him on the water. Nice job, Kevin, 72.5. 4th place. What? Ron Lee? Where'd this come from? Ron's on a roll lately, dude.
Yes. Ron's a good fisherman.
I'm going to be interested to see if he makes it into the playoffs, where he goes, because he's been like on a roll lately. I don't know. Maybe all of a sudden he's like, I'm done messing around with these guys. I'm going to start fishing. I'm showing what Ron Lee's all about. Nice job, Ron. 4th place. 3rd place, coming out of nowhere, Danny Martinez. 75.5. Let's go, Danny. Haven't seen you out on the water for a while. Hope to see you at the awards, Danny. Also, my Mexican tourist guide / helps me set up my Cabo trips. Danny lives down there basically sometimes. He's down there so many times. Need any Cabo advice? Talk to Danny. Nice job, dude. 75. All right, coming in 2nd place with 76.75. Let's go with this guy right here, Chad. Of course. It's weird not to see him get 1st place, to be honest with you.
I know, huh? Or up in the 80s, you know, or close to it.
Yeah, Chad, 2nd place. You're slipping.
Still a
here.
good bag.
Okay, here we go. Coming in 1st place. There's only one left. This guy right here. Let's go.
77. Wow.
77.5. What was your score?
Mine was 76.5.
For some reason I thought you 77.5. I'll take it. I got lucky. Yeah. That's normal. Just hit my normal spots, kind of like you. Yeah. And it was a grind. I fished hard. It was a grind. There was no breaks. I barely ate. I was sweating. I was exhausted at the end of the day. But that's just the way it goes in Mission Bay. You got to earn your big bag sometimes. It ain't going to just happen. Like, you're not going to just find like usually a honey hole where you just go nuts. But I'll take it. 1st place. And let's see where the standings are right now. Number 1, we got there Chad at 385. Number 2 is me at 380. Can I catch him? What do you think, Chad? You gonna throw a goose egg for me and I'll throw an 80? I think I looked at the scores, and I think me and Chad have not had any bags below 73 this year. So we haven't used a mulligan. So Chad, congratulations, dude. You're pretty locked in with the 385 right now. Dang. Bruce, Cash, that's pretty tight right there. Danny, Charlie, Kevin, and look at Ron Lee, dude. You're an inch and a half out of playoff position. Ron, oof. Better battle. And the judge right there too.
Judge too. Wow. And Frank.
Judge is only not even two inches out exactly. So yeah. And then Frank's right there. Peter's close. Yeah, it's gonna be battle for those last spots. So fish hard, and it's gonna be an exciting show next week. See what happens. All right, we got one more thing to get through here, and this is probably the most exciting. Thanks, Derwin. We're almost at 2 hours, man. The time flies, eh?
Yeah.
I feel like I get a guy like you on the beginning. I don't want to just have I want to get some conversation with you, hear all these stories and hear all your tricks and all that. That's why these shows go so long, because I get guys like you, and I want to talk to you at the beginning. The results take forever, but if you caught a 15, hold on a second. It's time for Spotty Bowl.
Biggins.
I haven't done that for a while. I wanted to do that. If you got a 15-inch fish or bigger, everybody's going to see your fish right here, right now, automatically entered. And we got Christopher with a 15-inch, looks like on the hookup bait. Is that a Mission Bay skiff? Huh. Maybe. Chris, is that your boat, or did you rent a boat? Looks like a Mission Bay skiff, that blue,
huh? That blue, with the gas tank.
Oh, nice fish on there, Chris. Trenton with a 15.25. No clues. Keeping hydrated is all I see. Bruce with the Roach, 15.25. He's got that cool glove I mentioned last week where it's like on a magnet where you just kind of like slide your hand into it.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed you just grab your fish, right? Bare hand. You got like a gorilla hand like me.
My hands are just beating the crap.
I saw Derwin's hand, and your hand looks, between you and the judge, we're going to have a hand size competition because one of you two, like my hand and your hand is like a child's hand. And my hand is like a gorilla hand. So award ceremony, we're gonna measure these hands. And Judge, I think you got hold that thing up, Derwin. I think you got competition, Judge. That's all I'm saying.
Battle scars.
Yeah. That's a lot of fishing to get that hand in there. He won 15.25. I don't see any baits on there. Spinning reel. Roy, let's go, Roy. That is the wrong way to submit. Roy, I hope you weren't listening to me and did that on accident, but you got to have your fish on that measuring device when you submit it. 15.25. Let's go, Roy. Peter Sandoval, 15.25. Let's go, Peter. Fishing at night. Dale Shaw. Man, Dale's going through some hookup baits. All those open packages in there. Dale, you fish Mission Bay on your boat? Huh. Thought he usually fishes his yak on Mission Bay. Panfilio, 15.25. Yeah, got the Crocs. Are you fishing in Crocs yet?
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
I wear water
kayaks.
shoes.
Summertime Crocs in the kayak, that's the sweet way to go, man. I'm just digging mine. Hookup baits towel on the bottom there. Wait, is Panfilio part of the hookup baits team too?
Looks like it, huh?
Jared, 15.25. Let's go, Jared. Surprised he only got one. Kenneth Murray, 15.5. Cleanest boat in all of Spotty Bowl. Let's go, Kenneth. Corey King, 15.5. Man, I think he's got a giant tail. Nighttime fish. Man, that tail seems ridiculously big. Shane Easton, 15.5. I can't quite see his graph. Nighttime fishing, though. That's a pretty cool bump board. Yak Attack. Andrew, 15.5. Fishing from an aluminum boat. Raphael, 15.75. A lot of boat fishermen in Mission Bay this time. Nick, let's go, Nick. 15.75. You put that, what is that called? Like C-Tech or C-Guard or whatever that padding is on your yak? You have that?
Grip? No, I don't have it, but I see them.
I see it. I wonder how it is.
Yeah.
Kevin with the 15.75. Let's go, Kevin. Todd, 16-inch Todd. Let's go. Is that your PB, Todd? Let's go, Todd. Let's get some chat on here, by the way. Sorry, guys. I turned off the chat over there. Todd fishing from the Boston Whaler. Eric Klein, 16.25. Nice fish, Eric. Got it on the hookup baits, it looks like. Ron Lee, 15.5. That's not a Lynx, is it? No. Steve with the double 15s. There's the crankbait right there. Chuck, 15.25. One fish DQ'd. Can you tell me why the fish on the right was DQ'd?
Oh, no.
There's no code, man. It's so.
Oh, yeah. It's right out of the. Yeah.
You can see on the first picture he had that code like folded down, but it looked like he folded it up twice that time. And man, that sucks, dude. Ugh. Yeah, you got to have the code in the picture, but man, that honest mistake right there. Just flipped your code up. We can see the bottom of the card, but you can't see the code. That's a bummer. Dave Rage, 15.75. Let's go, Dave. Alexander Norton from Shore. That fish is filthy. 16 and a 15.5.
Yeah.
Danny Martinez, 15.75, 16. All I see is the microfiber rag, no hints. Rudy with a 16 and a 5 and a 15. Yeah, a lot of Biggins this year.
Nice.
There we go. 17.5 Derwin and a 15.5 to boot. So let's see. You got a 76. So you got a lot of 14s and a 13 maybe?
Yeah. Yeah. I think so. All 14s and a 15 and that 17. Yeah.
Okay. So you did get all legal bag. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Man, what graph are you running there? Is that a Lowrance? No, that's a Hummingbird. What is that? I can only see the corner.
It's a
of it.
Lowrance. Yeah. It's a
Lowrance. Okay.
7. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. And Chad with a 16.75, 15.5, and a 15.75, all on hookup baits.
Dang.
This guy right here, the 16, 15.75, 15.75, 15, and my last fish was a 14.75.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of luck. Dominic, man, here's a big bag right here. Man, the 17s came when all the baits reels were sucked up.
I know.
Now everybody's getting them. Who would have guessed? I think that we caught more 17s this year than we ever have in the past. I don't remember this. Like we had like 4 of them that forgot codes or didn't submit or whatever on here too. So a lot of 17s this year. That's cool.
Yeah.
Nice job, Dominic. I think that is his PB too. And Big Fish, look at you. Nice night.
Yes.
Nice job, dude.
Yeah.
Big Fish of the tournament. And that is it. Oops. And that is it for Spotty Bowl Biggins. Congratulations, Derwin. You had quite a round here, eh?
That was
Man,
lucky.
nice timing on coming on the show. First place,
know,
Big
right?
Fish, PB Fish. Man, we're at 2 hours, guys. If you guys could hit the like button, I'd appreciate it. Let everybody know about my channel. Once Spotty Bowl's over, maybe we'll get Derwin back and we can just talk a little bit more about fishing. Spend a little more time picking your brain. You got so much knowledge in there. I'd like to share it with this community. But any last words you'd like to get? Any last words of advice going into the final round for some of these guys? I'm sorry, you must not heard. Any last advice for going into the final round for any of these guys? Any words of wisdom you like to share with any of these guys going into this final round?
Free fish. I mean, I'm doing it this weekend. Just
oh yeah,
gotta. I mean, I'm not even gonna fish Mission Bay. Actually, I'm gonna go pre-fish for next round already. Just see what's out there.
Yeah, I mean, if you're lucky and you could fish, maybe you could just fish both bays, decide which one you want. I think a lot of people are probably already like committed to San Diego Bay just because it's a little more consistent. If you're not familiar with Mission Bay, I don't know. I like Mission Bay. I'll probably be fishing there, but this is it, guys. You got one more week to practice or pre-fish. The weather's looking good this weekend. I'm hoping. I love to fish in the cloud cover early in the mornings lately. We've been getting a lot of cloud cover down there, so let's hope that continues. And let's get on to this one more round, guys. So congratulations to all the winner. Congratulations to you, Derwin. Thank you for coming in, spreading all the knowledge. And I know you're out on the water helping everybody, and you're at these PCS shows and stuff. You go around talking to people. So we appreciate you in this community.
Love to help.
Thank you so much. And everybody in chat, thanks for showing. We got 132 people still in here. Let's go. Wow. And that is it, Derwin. Thanks for coming on. And thanks for everybody for hanging out this whole time. And I will see you guys next week. Good night, everybody. Oh, Derwin already checked out. Good night, everybody.
Yeah. Good night. Yeah.